In this module, we're looking at professional legal ethics. This is a very important issue. In fact, it's one of the priestly 11 areas, and you'll do a whole subject on it when you come to third year. But it's important we cover some of the groundwork now, because the things you do as a student are going to affect your admission chances later on. So it's important that you behave as an ethical individual, not just as a lawyer once you graduate and once you are admitted, but also all the way through law school. And there have been some high-profile cases recently where students have been picked up on things that they've done in law school that have ruined their chances of admission later on. So it's important to bear in mind. It's something that the admission authorities are taking increasingly seriously. And in some jurisdictions, they're actually asking for letters of recommendation from law schools before they look at admission, which means not only do you have to have a spotless record, but you have to be a good citizen in good standing for your law school to send you a letter of recommendation. Because if you complete all the subjects and you pass everything, we are, obliged to send you a degree. But there's no obligation on the law school to say that you are a good citizen if you're not. So I talk a lot in this course about the importance of community and being part of a learning community, and this is part of it. The study of law is not like other study. Maybe it's a bit more like medicine or one of the other professional areas, but it's not like one of those degrees where you can just pick up and do what you like and do what you want with it. Part of what you do as a student of law is learn how to behave in a way that will be appropriate for professional practice. So we'll look at some of those issues this week. We'll look at the importance of, not only of the rules about not getting yourself into trouble, but also the importance of being a member of the team and working within the community and being someone who gets along with everyone. Because all those things and those connections you make are very important. As to the rules of ethics themselves, these have lots of important aspects. And one of which I think is it's important in terms of defining your role as a professional. And the classic example of this, from my point of view, is when people say, and you may have already had this in a social situation, so you're going to be a lawyer. Well, how are you going to go, well, I couldn't do that, I couldn't defend a child molester. Now, we live in a system of government where it's not up to an individual to make that decision. We have juries and we have processes. So our legal professional ethics tell us that your decision of whether someone is guilty or not is not relevant. The importance of behaving in a professional ethical way is to give everyone the same chance and the same benefit of a good defence. Whether or not you think or have made up your own mind or you like or don't like that person, it would be a bit like a doctor refusing to treat someone because they didn't like them or thought maybe they were a child molester. It would be extremely wrong. And in this way, our code of ethics also, I think, provides meaning for what we do. And sometimes we may not like our clients, we may not like what we do. Conversely, you might work in prosecutions. And when I was in prosecutions, people would say, how could you prosecute single mothers who are just trying to get by, or shoplifters, and all these kinds of cliches? And it was the same thing. It's part of your professionalism is about doing your job properly. And part of your commitment to rule of law and to our system of society is that it's not up to you to make that decision. That would be a fascist society. If you decided you were Judge Dredd and you were going to go out there and decide if every single client, whether they were right or wrong, and what should be the consequences of what you believe they've done, that's a fascist society. So I think one of the more positive things about legal ethics is it gives us that sense of professionalism and that importance of doing a job well. And also, it means that we don't have to feel guilt or any sense of anguish over things we do and the consequences of what we do, because the important thing is that we do our job properly, not that we are responsible for the ultimate resolution of that particular thing, because that's what the system's for. The system is to resolve these things, not you as an individual lawyer. So it's something to think about going forward.